What's up, everybody? This is Chris, otherwise known as Beach City Driver. Trying to get back in the swing of things with the videos here. This might be an awkward placement for my video. I just got a new phone, as I mentioned before, a Google Pixel 3, and it has a much better quality camera, so I'll be able to do some more live streams and stuff like that, hopefully. But I've got it mounted to my windshield. I prefer usually a vent mount, but the vent mount that came with this really sucks, and the vents in this Yukon are not very great either, so not really the greatest place to mount a phone. It kept flopping around because these vents are so loose, because it's an older truck, you know. So it's on the windshield now, and like I said, it's hard to do landscape with it because it's kind of angled downwards when it does that, so it's kind of odd. So bear with me on the portrait, but I'm heading into town now. I'm gonna have to get some gas. I've got some stuff to do in case it's dead, because last night was, let me tell you, last night was dead as a doornail. Excuse me. Every driver that I talked to, and I was included, I stayed in town for about 2 hours, and I got a couple of pings for regular Lyfts and regular Ubers, but they were behind me and stuff like that when I was, I just didn't really feel like turning around and going back. It was just an awkward location all the time. But it was only like three. I only had 3 or 4 pings all night long for 2 to 3 hours worth. I guess I probably left my day job after 5 o'clock, and then I headed home. I was home by 10 o'clock. I got one Postmates order that I delivered. One order. That's pathetic. It was from a ramen place over in East Nashville. I just happened to be in the Aldi parking lot, which is a good place to sit in East Nashville. So somebody might be mad at me for sharing a secret, but if you in that Aldi parking lot on Gallatin Pike right there, you can usually get get requests from 5 Points and from other places as well for rides. But apparently Otaku Ramen is also a good place to sit there to get an order from them, and it was a pretty easy order. I mean, it was literally across the street from where I was. I drove right over there, parked. They have a 10-minute loading zone over there, so I just put my flashers on, parked over there, went upstairs, and it was ready. Grabbed the bag and went to Church Street. It was actually in an apartment building downtown. I don't know if you're familiar with the Cumberland, but it's at the corner of 5th and Church. It was 5th and Church, maybe it's 6th. Anyway, it's like 555 Church, but it's like a multi-story apartment building. So this particular order happened to be way up past the 10s, but it didn't take me long. I just went in, shot up the elevator, the guy was there waiting for me, handed it to him, and I'm done. We'll see if I get a tip from it or not, but it was only a $4.30 order or something like that. So as I mentioned before, during the time of during the winter slow months, I have been doing some other things besides Uber and Lyft. I've tried some Grubhub, which I do not recommend. There's a guy on here that just like praises Grubhub and does all these Grubhub videos, and I just cannot stand Grubhub. Their business practices are horrible, in my opinion. Their dispatching system is pretty much non-existent. Like, they will literally send you in your region from one side of your region to the other to deliver a $4 order to somebody close by the order that you're going to pick up. But you could be all the way across Nashville, and they'll send you garbage like that all night long. They'll send you garbage like that and then expect you to take it. And then when there's problems, which I had several problems on one night, I had 3 different orders that ended up getting canceled because the restaurant was either A, not taking orders, and they didn't tell Grubhub, or they did tell Grubhub, and Grubhub was incompetent, which I would also believe, or, sorry, it's getting a little dark, but let me turn on this overhead light, maybe a little bit of light there, or in the case of one restaurant, they were shorthanded and they weren't doing Grubhub orders at all, or I went to go get 2 orders at a place in the Nations, and their tablet was not even working correctly. And then another night I had another place that the order was placed. I went to go pick it up, and they had no record of the order at the restaurant. I called customer care, driver care, whatever the hell it's called, and told them about it. While I'm on the phone with them, they have the nerve to call me and ask me if I'm picking up the order. Not the customer, but Grubhub. So, and the kicker with all of these is, if these cancellations occur, they don't pay you a dime. They only pay you when the food is delivered, or when the food is picked up, actually. I think it's when the food is picked up and you go to the location to drop the food off to the customer, that's when you get paid. And if the customer's not there to get it and you cancel, you still get, I honestly don't know if you get paid, actually. But I know I didn't get paid a dime for any of those orders that I drove across town to get to, and then they were non-existent orders. Or they were existing, but they weren't being taken. So Postmates has been better. In addition, Grubhub actually does not allow instant pay yet, which is kind of sucks. You have to wait until the following week to get paid, like on Thursday. Not a fan of that. And yeah, a lot of people say, oh, you don't need instant pay. It's just like if you're working at a regular job. Well, guess what? I'm not working at a regular job for this, so I want my instant pay. But anyway, Postmates has express pay, as does Uber and Lyft, as they have for a while. But the killer thing, okay, so Grubhub will actually send you the tips up front. They'll show you what the tip is going to be, which is cool, because you can turn down the order if they don't have the tip, because I do that. If they haven't tipped at all, and I can tell, and it's like a $4 order, they'll pay me $4, I'm not going to take it, because they should tip at least $1 or $2. I mean, my God, you know, somebody's going to pick up your food for you and bring it to your house. Pizza delivery drivers get tipped all the time. Anyway, and then, but Postmates, you don't know about the tip. You just kind of hope they do. From what I understand, Postmates kind of harasses people almost about tipping. I don't know, but harassing is maybe too strong of a word. They remind them a lot about tipping. So generally, I think their suggested tip amount is generally 20% of the order cost, not how much you make from delivering the order. Because if it was 20% of what you were making to deliver the order, you'd be getting 80 cents here and there all the time. Because I think their minimum fare is $4, and here in Nashville anyway. But also the thing about Postmates is the tips take a long time sometimes to get to you. I've gone 2 weeks past where an order was and received a tip. Their tipping percentage is pretty darn high. It's probably in the 70-ish%, maybe even 80-90%, because I have to look back at mine, because I keep getting little bitty tips rolling in here, $4 here, $2 here. I get them rolling in for weeks after I've done the orders. So I think it's that a lot of people don't tip until they go back into the app to order again. So they don't close the order out, and when they close the order out, it prompts them to tip you. So, but I have had far better success with Postmates than Grubhub. In fact, I don't even try on Grubhub anymore, because, so a little bit of a backstory here, just so you guys know what's going on. So myself and a friend of mine who also drives, he decided while his car was in the shop to do Uber Eats. I had done Postmates and Uber Eats very, very briefly when I first started driving. Didn't like it, thought it was too much hassle for the money, so I just stopped doing it for a while. So fast forward to this winter, and he's showing me how much he's making, because they're having all these boosts and quests on Uber Eats, and I'm like, that might not be a bad idea to try. So I throw it in the mix, basically. And then for a while there, I actually started doing just deliveries for a little bit. But I think I really kind of wasted a lot of time doing that, honestly, because I probably could have made more money doing passengers. But I wanted to try it out. So I did Uber Eats for a while, and then suddenly Uber Eats started dropping the promos down really bad. Like the boost zones were like, instead of 1.7, 1.8, 2.0, they were like 1.2, 1.4. and they would be at weird times and weird areas, and the quests got horrible, and so I stopped driving for them. Well, the problem is all the other Uber Eats drivers stopped doing that as well, and when they did that, they switched over to DoorDash and Grubhub and Postmates, which means they saturated the crap out of the market. So now, if you are a Grubhub driver, you basically, it's very difficult to get a block, and the reason you want a block is because that gives you guaranteed earnings. That is, if they don't screw you over, that's another story. But I can't even get blocks anymore because I'm not gonna kiss Grubhub's butt enough to get premier status where I have like 90% acceptance or whatever god awful ridiculous percentage they want you to accept to become a premier Grubhub person. That's just not worth it. So that's become oversaturated. So I went back to passengers, and occasionally I'll do some delivery like it was last night. Last night was dead. D-E-A-D, dead. And apparently today earlier is dead too. I'm heading into town now hoping that it will not be dead. But apparently drivers were reporting this morning in Nashville that Biscuit Love and Pancake Pantry had no line, which is like pretty unheard of. But it's the weekend after New Year's. Everybody blew their wad, literally, figuratively, whatever. Monetarily, financially, physiologically, they may have, had to have a liver transplant, or I don't know. I'm just kidding. But the toll of New Year's Eve is probably taking its toll on people's wallets and people's livers. So they're probably not out drinking as much now. Plus, and this is actually going to change as of today, the Vanderbilt kids, and that includes also the other college kids in town, TSU, Belmont, Lipscomb, all those folks, have been on Christmas break, holiday break. So that ends Monday, I believe. So there's going to be a lot of people returning this evening. So without further ado, I'm going to get off of here. But I am at the gas station, going to get some gas up, and hope for the best. If not, I'm going to be working on some content, maybe some video ideas. If anybody has any video ideas, feel free to put them in the comments here. But let me know if you guys have ever tried any of the delivery services, what you thought about it. If you thought they were a raw deal, which I think Grubhub is a raw deal. I don't think I will ever deal with Grubhub because they seem totally unconcerned about their drivers, especially when it comes to these orders that are canceled and stuff. And then Uber Eats can be decent. They just don't tip a whole lot. And then Postmates, smaller orders a lot of times don't tip very well, and sometimes the longer distances really aren't worth it. Sometimes you gotta kind of like, I hate to say it, but you gotta cherry pick it, I did pretty well New Year's Eve, but hoping for the best. You guys leave some comments down here. If you like this video, please like, comment, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. And please hit the little bell down there to be notified when I upload some more videos, which I'm planning on uploading more videos now that I have a decent phone that doesn't freak out every time I try to do a video. And I probably won't do them in the car every single time either. But I just thought I would touch base with you guys, let you guys know that I'm headed into Nashville. I may give a report a little bit later to let you guys know how it is. I have had my apps on for quite a while here, but I live way out in the boonies, so occasionally I'll get a request from Fairview or Dixon going into town, but it doesn't happen very often. But I'll keep you guys posted on what's doing here in Nashville. It seems like a dead weekend so far. Like I said, I'm going to have to scope it out, go to my usual spots, see if there's any requests. If there's not any requests after an hour or two, I'm probably just going to head back home because there's no sense in wasting my time and money and gas to drive around and put wear and tear on my car without any passengers. I guess it's kind of a money sink for earnings for the next year to offset some of the taxes or something. Maybe, I guess that's a possible strategy I guess you could take, but I'm not really about all that. So thank you guys for watching so much. Like I said, I am planning on getting some more content very soon, and I'm planning on some updates to my website, which has been down for a while. but I'm trying to get a little bit more social media presence going on. Trying to get a little bit more going on. So hope you guys have a great and safe weekend, and I hope everybody is having a happy new year so far. And I will hopefully talk to you guys soon. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. If you're interested in driving for Uber or Lyft, check out below. There should be some promo, some referral codes down there. And I will hopefully talk to you guys later. Peace out, and be careful and drive safe.